Wow, what a story. Thanks for sharing that, Kevin. Personally, I'd never given much thought to ice and snow on a roof in probably forever. That's actually one of the reasons we moved Evergreen to Texas 20 years ago. We don't have to worry about too much about ice on roofs here in Dallas, except for when we try to host the Super Bowl. Now, Kevin centered his story on one word, which was perseverance. And there's no doubt in my mind that perseverance is a key attribute of any business owner in this room. I want to center my remarks on one word as well, and that word is engagement. The theme of this year's partnership conference is the power of partnership. Nothing speaks to the power of partnership better than the concept of engagement. You may be aware we are trying a couple of new things in this year's conference to foster better engagement. First, on Wednesday morning, we're holding 3 sessions we're calling Member Preferred Supplier Working Groups. We've pre-assigned everyone to a specific working group. You'll find your assignment printed on the back of your name tag. There are 3 groups. One's focused on the partnership conference, one on planning for profit, and one on our training and education programs. We're bringing in professional facilitators to lead these groups in an effort to identify concrete ways that we can build on these key programs and make them even better. The second new thing we're trying is preferred supplier networking groups. Those will be held at the end of the day on Wednesday. The hope with the networking groups is for preferred suppliers to share best practices on how they've effectively used planning for profit, the conference, or the training and education program to better engage with Evergreen members. For the preferred suppliers, that's printed on the back of your name tag as well in terms of what room you've been assigned. With your active participation in these sessions, I'm hopeful that we can improve the level of engagement for each company in the room today. Please get involved with these groups, and then after it's all over, give us some feedback as to whether the morning session, the afternoon session was time well spent during the conference. Before I share the results from 2015, I thought I'd like to share a story about a preferred supplier whose journey with the group reflects the power of partnership and the importance of engagement. I'll not name names, but that preferred supplier is in the room today. Back in early 2008, I was approached by a manufacturer who wanted to join the group. It's a very common activity that I participate in. They were not in a product category that was core to the membership, and we had tried to fill this product category previously with several other preferred suppliers who actually had failed miserably. We exchanged some information, and I found that the group at the time was doing under $400,000 with this particular supplier. And most of that was with a single member. Frankly, I was not convinced that that potential supplier had the wherewithal to make a go of it in the group and really truly penetrate the group. The rebate program that they proposed to us was subpar at best and didn't demonstrate a real commitment to the organization. But we kept talking, and over several months of discussions back and forth, they put together a plan of attack, and they agreed to improve and guarantee their commitment to the group. Ultimately, we elected to give them a shot, and they joined the group in the latter part of 2008. Now, I don't have to remind anybody in this room what 2009 was like. It was Armageddon. We dropped 35% in the single year. However, this particular new preferred supplier stuck to their game plan and went from doing business with a handful of Evergreen members to 30 Evergreen members. They also more than doubled their business from $400K to $900,000. By 2010, they began participating in our Evergreen training and education programs. They got engaged at the field level with planning for profit and with on-site member training. By year end, they were doing business with 44 Evergreen members and had sales of $1.6 million. At the end of 2011, they were doing business with 48 Evergreen members and had sales of $2.6 million. In addition, they were becoming a fixture at our training program, and they were getting top ratings from our students. At the end of 2012, they were doing business with 56 Evergreen members, and sales had jumped to $4.3 million. 2013, they were doing business with 61 Evergreen members, and they racked up sales of $6.2 million. 2014, doing business with 62 Evergreen members, sales had jumped to $8.6 million. Last year, they were doing business with 60 Evergreen members and had sales of $12 million. Now, I'm not going to stand here and tell you that getting from $400K to $12 million in 8 years was only because of Evergreen. Along the way, this particular supplier added new product lines, and they executed well in a lot of different ways. They did what it took to become more important with more Evergreen members. However, I think they would say that a large share of their success was a direct result of fully engaging their company at all levels in the Evergreen program. Their participation in planning for profit is thoughtful and taken seriously. They have a blended sales force with regional managers and independent manufacturer reps at the field level, but they hold all their people accountable and consistently follow up. They take advantage of the opportunity to participate in our training programs. They consistently turn in their conference tabletop requests in a thorough and timely fashion. And they always have the high-level decision makers they need at the conference to meet with our Evergreen members. In short, they take nothing for granted. And they've made Evergreen partnership central to their company. What they have achieved in 8 short years is a demonstration of the power of partnership. And there are similar stories in this room of other manufacturers who have achieved comparable results. If this is not your story, then I challenge you to rethink your level of commitment to the group. If you're like me, sometimes you find yourself spread too thin, and it's difficult to get everything done that you need to get done. That's the time when I take a deep breath and just refocus. Each company has made a decision. You made a decision to join Evergreen at some point in the past. So if you're not experiencing the power of partnership, then I encourage you to focus on why you joined in the first place and find ways to re-engage. We want to help you do that. Getting in the group is just the first step. How well you focus your participation in areas such as the conference, planning for profit, and our training initiatives will determine your success. Okay. Now let's talk about 2015 and the group's results. Total revenues were up 8.1% compared to 2014. Cost of administration was down 2.5% compared to the year prior and 5.5% below plan. We had 3 Evergreen members who left the group in 2015, McClamrock Machinery, J.J. Hammond Company, and Jim and Slim's Tool Supply. All 3 of those companies are now part of other Evergreen members. 2 members joined the group in calendar 2015, Tool and Anchor Supply of Denver, Colorado, and Morgan Tool and Supply of Shreveport, Louisiana. 9 new preferred suppliers joined the group in calendar 2015. Chicago Pneumatic Construction, Chicago Pneumatic Industrial, National Marker Company, Franklin International, Proline Products, Rollair Systems, Sarge Knives, Shop Vac, and Tamco Incorporated. Evergreen held 34 training events in 2015, which included 5 selling skills programs, 13 professional development programs, and 13 product and application schools. In addition, we held 3 best practice workshops on selling through independent distribution, one in Tampa, one in San Francisco, and one here in Dallas. All total, we had 569 participants in our training programs this year, which is up from 543 in 2014. At last year's conference, we had 27 individuals from 11 member companies earn recognition as Evergreen Certified Tool Specialists. And we'll have another group of about the same size recognized this evening. Since the program was launched, 242 individuals from 47 member companies have become certified. In addition, 20 individuals have earned designation as Certified Operations Specialist, and 15 individuals have been designated as Safety Specialists. Evergreen's continued to build on our online programs as well through our partnership with Blue Volt. Since establishing the program, the Evergreen University, powered by Blue Volt, has garnered 212 training modules from 42 preferred suppliers, which are available for our members to take. If you're a preferred supplier not participating in Blue Volt, I encourage you to get involved. Evergreen members completed a total of 15,238 Blue Volt classes this past year. That's in addition to about 1,480 online modules and new product introductions completed on the traditional Evergreen website. 2015 was another great year on a string of 5 consecutive great years for the group. Our compound average growth rate since 2011 is 15.1%. And we've doubled the business since 2009. We expect 2016 to be another good year for the group. Several new preferred suppliers as well as members have been added in recent months, and they'll contribute to that growth. We will continue to build on our professional development and leadership programs as well. And starting this year, we are opening up our selling skills programming as well as our leadership development programming to the manufacturer community as well as to the independent rep community. We've already had several participate in our latest leadership program. Now, before I close, I think it's appropriate to reflect on the passing of our founder, Paul H. Connolly of Construction Tool Service. Paul was the old owner of Construction Tool Service based in Pittsburgh, PA. He did many things over the course of a very long business career that he was rightfully proud of. However, his greatest career satisfaction was his role in creating the Evergreen Marketing Group. Paul persuasively recruited some of the earliest members and served in nearly every elected and appointed position in the organization over the years. Now, I personally first met Paul in 1995, shortly after I joined the group. In fact, Paul was one of the first non-board member Evergreen members that I met. In true Paul fashion, he sits me down in his office in Pittsburgh, and he looked at me across his desk, and he said, "If you goof it up, I'll kill you." Now, if you knew Paul, he used a little bit more choice language than that. Paul was a strong supporter of Evergreen's training and education program. He was the first owner to become a certified tool specialist, and he was the first certified tool specialist to earn 10 diamonds. He was also instrumental in creating many of the programs that we still run today. I've spent many a day in Chicago in a meeting room crafting out programs with Paul and others that we still enjoy today as core to our program. He was tireless in looking for ways to make Evergreen better. Over the years, Paul became a very good friend and a mentor. He was always ready to pitch in and always ready to help. In fact, just days before he passed, we were making plans for me to fly to Pittsburgh to sit together and discuss the future of the organization. I really miss him. Now, if you knew Paul, you knew he loved to be the center of attention. And for that reason, I think it's appropriate if you would all join me in giving him a well-deserved round of applause for what he did for Evergreen and the industry.